Okay, my name's Terry, I'm a magician. I'll explain that because after you see this little trick, there's probably going to be some doubt. This is a trick using 4 fours. Now, these cards are so good that once upon a time they left me, set up an act on their own and used to travel the world, called themselves the amazing tap dancing fours. If you watch very carefully, you see the way the 4 of spades tap dances its way completely over. Watch it. Say the magic words, freeze, freeze, freeze. That's a cold spell, and the 4 of hearts shows where the 4 of spades should. But now the 4 of clubs turns its way over. Watch her again. You go like that, you go like that, say the magic words innuendo, innuendo, and now the 4 of diamonds turns over. Watch the 4 of hearts. We take the 4 of hearts and go like that. You see the 4 of hearts is still there, you go like that, and now the 4 of hearts turns completely over as well. Now a lot of people say to me at this stage 2 things. They say, Terry, that is not the 4 of hearts. Well, it is. The other thing they say is, Terry, you're using more than 4 cards, which is quite true because everywhere I go I use these blue spares. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue ones. No physical violence whatsoever. We change this back to red. 3 blue ones, 1 red one, the 4 of hearts. A problem card, the 4 of hearts. If I leave it there and show you that the 4 of hearts has got a red colour back, you can tell without any mistake that these should have blue, but in fact they have red. Now we have 3 red ones, and this one of course was red, now it's blue. Watch very carefully, because the way this trick is done is with mirrors. If you have a look here, we have 4 mirrors, because the trouble with mirrors is you do get this damn reflection problem. In fact, you end up with 2 4 of hearts. In fact, you end up with thousands of bloody 4s of hearts, all with mirror backs, so it's no good at all, so I'll put it away now. Thank you and good night. A lot of people ask me how I started in card magic. Well, my father taught me using these slightly larger cards. He used an ace, a 2, a 3 and a 4. He said to me, son, because that was my name, he said, son, if I turn the 4 face down, which cards are left face up? I said, well, the ace, the 2 and the 3, Dad. He said, well, actually, son, it's the ace is the only one which is face up. You better go and cut the lawn. That was my penalty for getting things wrong. So, it was definitely the ace. He said, no, son, it's the 2. He said, you really don't know how to do this at all, do you? I said, I don't. He said, you better cut the lawn for 2 weeks. I said, oh, well, it's either the ace or the 2. He said, well, actually, son, it's the 3. He said, you better cut the lawn for the rest of the year. I said, well, look, before I go off and start cutting the damn lawn, I said, would you give me another chance? He said, certainly I will. He said, look, I've just turned one face up. Which one's face up? I said, well, it's the 4. He was good to me, my dad. Well, actually, he said, no, it's the ace, the 2, the 3 and the 4. And you know how I did the bloody trick? Marked cards, and I missed every bloody one of them. Okay, here's a little trick using 2 decks of cards, 1 red, 1 blue. You can tell that by the colour. I like using tricks with 2 decks of cards because you can trap flies between them. Anyway, we take out of the first packet the red deck of cards, from which we take some cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards will be fine. From the blue packet we take the blue deck of cards. Now it doesn't matter what colour these particular cards are so long as they're blue. From this we extract the aces. 1 ace, 2 aces, 3 aces, 4 aces. So we have the position where we have 4 blue backed aces and 12 red backed cards. Now we put the aces on top of the red backed cards and we lay out 1, 2, 3, 4 blue backed aces. I'm going to lay 1, 2, 3 cards on the back of each ace. Okay, we'll call this pile number 4 for the sheer hell of it. Now, I'm going to mix in the aces in these 3 piles here. That's it. Like that. Like that. We take ace number 1. We extract it and we sprinkle it into pile number 4. And you'll find that the ace disappears completely. If we look over here now, we should have 2 red back cards and 2 blue back aces, which look something like that. If we do that again, we take the ace from this pile, we extract it and sprinkle it over here like that, and then the ace disappears completely. Over here now, of course, we should have 3 blue back cards and 1 red backed ace, which looks something like that. For the last one, we just simply make the ace disappear into the It didn't go. Ah, that's because I didn't extract it and sprinkle it into the fourth pole. It's the extraction and the sprinkling which is most important. The ace disappears completely, and over here now, hopefully, we should have 4 blue-backed cards, all of which are aces. Okay, surprise, surprise, here's another card trick using this, which is an ordinary deck of 98 mark playing cards. Now, for this I do require an assistant, so that'd be you, sir, because I do believe in people in using people who are...
It is me, I'm coming, don't worry. Yes.
Keen, good. Would you like to come over? I'm going to riffle my thumb down there. Would you please say stop? Anytime you like, please. Are you ready?
Yep. Stop!
Oh, no, a bit low. Try that, ready?
Stop!
I haven't started yet, hang on. Say stop now.
Stop!
About there, okay.
Yep.
Take the card, look at it, remember it, and show it
16.
to the customers. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to place the card back there. Thank you very much. Now, most magicians at this stage would rush off and try and find that card for you. Well, I'm not just any magician. I'm going to try and show you how to find a card using Arnold. Now, through years of self-denial and practice, I have trained a young Arnold to go out and find people's cards for me. Let me show you what I mean. Here we have Arnold, lives inside this little blue box, lives inside this little white box, lives inside of here. Now this is Arnold. When I take him out, please say hello Arnold.
Hello Arnold.
Now we're all daft. Good. Now I'm going to put the power into Arnold, something like that, and I'm going to put him on there. Now as he walks across the back of these cards, he starts to pick up all the relevant information through his feet, feeds it up through his tiny silver body to his superhuman computer-type brain, and then he computes, a technical word, which one of these cards is the card that you originally chose. If you believe that, you can juggle soot, shave custard, or fold fog. Now he's been across the back of each one of these cards, he now knows which one of these cards is your card. But in order to help him indicate your card, we have to add to him a highly radioactive isotope. This is the world's most dangerous card trick, I should have warned you. This is the radioactive isotope. I know to you it looks like a pen spring with a piece of blue tack on it, but it's not really. We put it on. It's only through years of self-denial and practice that allows me to handle that isotope without being burnt to a cinder. Now, work for your living. It's definitely not this card here. Normally he finds it, because otherwise if he doesn't, I don't feed him for 3 months. I said, work for your living. Now, should we cut it, because it's not gone right.
That's all right.
Oh, well, he's pointing to a card. Which card would you say he's pointing to? This one or this one? Definitely that one. Yes, we push that one forward then. For the very first time in true show business tradition, was this your card?
No.
Well done, Arnold. Was this your card?
No.
Well done, Arnold. Now, if when I turn this card over, it's the card that you originally chose, we want a fantastic round of applause and a big cheer for Arnold. Are you ready? Was it that?
Hey!
Hey! Okay, not only that, people don't believe that's radioactive, but if you look very closely here, you'll see that his boot marks are burnt through each of the cards. Quite.
Well, if you say action, then we know, don't we?
Okay, let's have a look. Do you know what this is?
No.
This is the new government testing machine for colour blindness. Would you both assist me with this observation test? Yes, we will. Good, here we go then. What colour would you say that is?
Black.
Excellent. No fooling you. What colour's that?
Black.
No fooling the pair of you. Are you watching carefully? I'm going to be asking questions in a minute. You're ahead of me there. Red, quite right. What colour's that?
Black.
Trick question. What were the colours of the backs of the cards?
Blue.
Oh, you were watching. Take a card, anyone you like. Any particular reason for choosing that one?
No.
Free choice. Look at the back of it. It's the only red back card in a blue backed deck, you see. Now, would you like to name a card, please? Not Albert.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Now, I couldn't have known you were going to name the Queen of Hearts, could I? Can you blow on those, please? Thank you very much. Did you see them all turn red?
Yes.
Apart from the blue one? Now, you know the Queen of Hearts. Now, if that Queen of Hearts happened to be this blue back card here, would that be a fantastic card trick? Yes, it would. The Queen of Hearts is the only blue one. Can you blow on it, though? Oh, it works with a pair of you. All red now. Now, before you go, I have over here something which I want to show you. This is, in fact, the latest thing from China. This is the... Can you hold that, please? It keeps falling out. I think something here. That's best if you actually hold it with your finger through the middle there and just hold it around there like that. Have you heard of the Rubik's Cube?
I have.
Mine doesn't make a noise. This is the latest puzzle from China. These are the instructions with it. We won't bore you with that. And they happen to be in Chinese. Now, can you read Chinese? Be honest.
No.
No. Well, this says, which means that we have to put that there, that comes with the kit, and put that apparently just about there. Now, let's see the next piece. It says, which means we have to take this piece here with the solid steel blade, and we have to try and get your finger into this part here without you removing your finger from there. Okay? Now, you're looking a bit worried, so just have a look in there, have a quick walk around, make sure there are no China or spiders in there. Inspect that, please. That's enough. What we're going to do now is this. Can you just read what that last line says? What's your name, by the way?
Jill.
Correct. Can you read what that last line says?
Jill.
Or, roughly translated, Jill has to put her finger back in the hole again. Can you just put your hole back in there, bend it down, otherwise it'll spurt out all over this young lady here. Now, as I pass this blade through your finger, you feel a slight numbing sensation, but it'll drop off after a while, okay? Okay, I'll say the magic words, Our Father, which art in heaven, and we go, ha! That's it. Now, did you actually feel it go through?
Oh, yes.
Can you feel it? It won't come out, will it?
No.
No, give her a big round of applause. Hey! Thank you. That's it, I think. Well, we got it on tape, of a fashion. Here we go then. Right, what's your name?
Joanne.
Correct. Okay, Joanne, watch very carefully. You go like that with a deck of cards. Did you actually see it change colour?
Yes.
A lot of people get surprised by that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, what's your name?
Jill.
Jill. Okay, Jill. Are you married or happy? A bit of both. All right, I'm going to rip my thumb down there. Would you please say stop anytime you like? Okay, I haven't started yet. Ready?
Stop.
About there, okay. Take the card, look at it, remember what it is. Please show it to the camera. And Joanne. Have you done that? I'm going to attempt to show you the fastest card trick in the history of card magic and the world. Would you just like to put the card back anywhere you like? Anywhere, that's it, fine, I see. Put it back in, we cut the deck once, we cut it twice, we cut it thrice. We go like that, we do that. Did you see your card leave the deck? That's because I cheat. It goes up here, across here, down my trouser leg, into my wallet, which I keep in my shoe. Now, we open up the wallet, and in this compartment there's one card and one card only. And that is your card, correct?
No.
No? What was it?
5 of hearts.
Well, there's only 5 on that, that'll do. Okay, let's have a look down here and see what else we've got. This is an ordinary deck of 98 mark playing cards. We use the aces for the next effect. Now, have you ever had your pockets picked?
No.
You haven't? Okay, well, it's the first time for everything, and today's the first time for this. Now, here we have the 4 aces, okay? Did you see the order of the aces?
No.
No.
Ace of clubs, ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of hearts. Which hand do you write with?
Right.
Right hand. Can you put your right hand out, please? Can you put your left hand flat on top? Now get down on one knee and start praying. Now that'd be silly, wouldn't it? Okay, what I'm going to do, please say stop as I go down there, and I will stop any time you like, okay? Make it today, though. Right, here we go.
Stop.
About there, all right. Now, the 5 of hearts, we can't use that, as we've all seen. How about this card here? Do you know what card you stuck me on here? King of hearts. So I'm going to put that King of hearts in your hand, okay? Don't let it go, all right? Now, do you think it's possible for me to get that King of hearts from your hand without you knowing about it?
No.
You don't think it's possible? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to shut your eyes. Gone dark, hasn't it? Watch. Did you feel that? Open them. And the King of hearts is left. Just check the aces, make sure they're all in one position. They're all in one position. Now, what we're going to do is this. I'm going to take the 4 aces. I'm going to ask you to both have a look at this. Did you see the order of the aces that time?
No.
You did. You should have known, shouldn't you, really? Okay, we'll show you. We have the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, the ace of spades, and the ace of diamonds. Watch. Say the magic words, harpic, harpic, because I'm clean around the bend, and one of the aces turns face down like that. We say the magic words, ascot, ascot, because not only am I around the bend, I'm up the straights as well, and 2 of the cards turn face down like that. We say the magic word Schnitzelpuff, which is German for a queer baker, and 3 of them turn face down. The last one goes with the magic words pièce de résistance, which is French for a hard bit, and we find that in fact the 4 of them turn face down like that. Now, to make one turn face up, you go like that, one of the aces turns face up. Which ace now do you want me to turn face up?
Red.
No, we haven't got any aces here actually at all, you should really watch. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, yes.
This fella. You want your cigars?
Not cigars, madam, no. This is a cigarette. Have you ever seen one of these before?
Yes.
It's a hand. I've got 2. Watch very carefully. You make a magic hole like that, a magic hole like that. Do you know what they look like, magic holes?
No.
Look something like that. Don't forget it. Okay, you make a magic hole like that, or like that. If you've truly got a magic hole here, you should be able to take one of these and place it in the magic hole like that. Now, what we do is push the cigarette right in there like that, push it in, but just blow on it a little bit, please, about there. You find it just disappears completely from the hands. Let me show you another one, all right? This is to do with Las Vegas. Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
No.
You haven't been to Las Vegas. Well, if you go to Las Vegas and lose $1,000 at roulette, they give you one of these. This is called a Las Vegas gambler's purse. They're solid gold, I just have them tin plated to protect the gold. Anyway, inside of each one is one of these. Have you ever seen one of these before? Give it a squeeze, please, yes. Not too hard, no, my eyes water. Can you turn your hands over? I'm going to put this into your hand. Can you lower it a bit higher? And I'm going to make it disappear from your hand. Close your hand tightly around it, turn it over. It's going to disappear from there into this young lady's hand here. Can I borrow your hand, please?
Yes.
Good, take your glove off. Now, what I'm going to do... What's your name again?
Joy.
Oh, did you come from here?
Yes.
Nice place you've got. I'm going to put this into your hand, right? Close your hand tightly around it, turn your hand over. I'm going to say the magic words that will disappear from there and arrive over there. Alright, the magic words for this, harpic again, because I'm round the bend. Did you feel it go?
No.
Did you feel it arrive over there?
No.
Oh, we've both got a pink ball in each hand. What have you got between you? Oh my, wrong words again. That's it. Finito.
Have you turned it up? Have you got your bunny rabbit in it?
Bunny of it.
Got a bunny rabbit in the shop?
Okay, we're off. Okay, would you help me with another one, Joanne?
Yes.
You would, okay. Do you know what I've got in my hand here? Be honest, do you know?
No.
You don't. See, I fooled you already. This is, in fact, a packet of matches. Would you just like to open them up? That's it. Oh, fine. Take any match you like, rip it out, spare no expense, that's it. Look at it, remember it, and shuffle it. Okay, give me that back there. Can you put both your hands out, please? That's better, yes. I'm going to rip the head off of that one and put it there now. Can you see that there? Close your hand tightly around it and close your hand tightly around that. Turn your hands over. This is where we leave the realms of reality and enter the realms of fantasy. Would you just like to open that hand there, please? Fine, I'm going to put that on the back of there. Oh, we'll put it there. Okay, here we go. Now, you know where the match body is, you know where the match head is, don't you? Here is the match head, right? Can you blow on it, please? Did you see it leave my hands completely? If you like to open your hand and have a look in your hand, you'll find that the match head has come back to there, which is real magic. Now, can you shuffle cards?
Not very well.
You can't. Well, would you like to learn? Because here I've got the world's only invisible deck of cards, okay? Can you see them? If there's another one I haven't seen them, good. Would you like to catch these on the count of three, please? 1, you in a cricket team? 2, 3, catch, you've done that before, hasn't she? Can you give them a shuffle, please, Joanne? That's it, take them out of the box first, because they're a lot easier to shuffle. Take them out of the box, shuffle them up. That's it, don't overact. Take any card you like, look at it, remember it, and show it around. I won't watch. I've seen it before. Have you done that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you now reverse it and put it back in the deck, please? It's now the only face-up card, correct?
Yes.
Shuffle it back in, and put the one that you've dropped there back in as well. That's it, and put them back in the box. Now, have you ever heard of the magic circle?
No.
You haven't, let me show you one. This is the magic circle. You see the way it suspends in mid-air without any apparent means of support, don't you? Speak to me, yes? You do? I'm a bit worried about your daughter. Anyway, on the count of 3, I want you to take the cards, throw them through there towards that wall over there. 1, 2, 3. Find 2 arms. Got it. Now, what was the name of the card that you picked and showed round to everybody?
Ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds, alright, so in here somewhere there should be the ace of diamonds, it should be the only face-up card, and if you look very carefully, the ace of diamonds is the only face-up card in this deck of cards, alright? Can you just blow on it? It's the only one with the red back as well. Thank you very much indeed.
How does the man do it?
I do not know. Thank you.
Okay, well my name's Brian. Good, I'm sure you know your own names. Let's get that part out of the way. Great. I'll just give you a quick flash, you may not see this. See it?
Yes.
You drive, by the way. You drive? You don't know, obviously. You drive?
Yes.
You do? Don't worry, we're not going to breathalyse you. Don't worry about that. What we are going to show you is the latest. See, the Ministry of Transport are very concerned that people are driving a bit colourblind. So concerned are they come with this, and this is in fact the official Ministry of Transport colourblind testing pack of cards. It says so just there. Have a look. It's enough. Don't go mad. Show how it works. First of all, the examiner gets the card out of the box, and he goes through them a few at a time. He goes through them in this fashion. And he stops occasionally, asks you to colour the card, and you say, I think it's green. I speak first. I think it's green. You say that, you've probably failed. Because we all know it's yellow. Who's been sparking my dream? Can't trust anybody around here, can you? We haven't started yet, we're going to start now. The colour blind testing pack of cards. Here we go then. What you're going to do is tell me the colour of the card. What colour is that card's in?
Black.
Good. On the back?
Red.
Good. Don't be shy. What colour's that one?
Black.
On the back?
Red.
It's good. That one?
Red.
On the back? Good. You pass the first part of the test. There goes the second and much more difficult part. The examiner goes through the cards a few at a time like this, until he stops at, say for instance, at ace there. It's a strange card, this ace. So you can push it in like this. What colour's this?
Red.
It's good. And this?
Black.
And this?
Blue.
Hey? Yeah, they're getting there. Do you know what? People think I actually sneak over there and put a blue card in when they're not watching. And they're absolutely right. You didn't see me go, did you? Just goes to show how fast I can really move when I try. Would you be just touch any card like as we go through? Just touch a card as we go through. So that one there, Jack of Diamonds. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Is that a free choice?
Yes.
Good. What made you choose the Jack of Diamonds? Because it was there. People climb mountains for much the same reason. I don't know why they did it either, but they do. Let's go back to this one. This is what we call the elevator ace. The reason it's called that, you can elevate it so into the bane, up and down the deck. See how it is? There's the blue card. Push it into the middle. Press the button. Up it comes. Press the button. Down it goes. Don't believe it. There it is. Got down the bottom. See? Here's really. On the way up there, it's all gone blue. And there we are. Every single card in this deck has now gone totally blue. Hello.
Apart from one.
One card and one card only. You're getting all excited now, aren't you? You think this is going to be your card, don't you? That would be a miracle, wouldn't it? Almost too much to hope for. You remember what your card was? Was it Jack of Diamonds? Was this the card?
Yeah.
And you have chosen any red card in the deck. Isn't that fantastic? Hold on to that. Whatever you do not blow on it. Because if you're blowing it at this stage, you'll wash the colour off. You can look at the back. Okay? Turn the card over and show it to that young lady over there. Look, you've washed it. You've blown it. You can't take it anywhere, can you? Well, your turn now. We're going to go through the cards a few at a time. And whenever you feel an urge coming on, I want you to say, stop! This is my urge, by the way. Your eyes come at any moment down. Oh, fuck, they're not hurting. Here we go then. Just say stop when you feel your urge coming on.
Stop.
Okay. Ace of Hearts. Now, say they come in home stuck. This is your card. You're going to sign your name on it. And you use my pen. It's a ball pen. Hold on to it. Just sign your name on there. It's good. It must be something. Sure, I don't know what. Put it back inside there. Would you cut the card so we place one half down there? Another half on top. Square them all up. Not too much, I'll never find it. Now, magicians are accused of using what's known as a marked deck. Now, what a marked deck means? You know what a marked deck is? It means the cards are marked on different sides. I'll show you what I mean. This card is marked on this side. This shows me this is marked over here, you see. It's also marked over here. Now, this invisible mark here, or is it there? But it could be there. Tells me that's the 9 of hearts, which it is. So to find your card, all I've got to do is to go through the cards looking for the invisible markers on the back. You just keep going through the cards, looking for the invisible markers on the back, and hopefully and eventually you should come to your card. Eventually, hopefully, we should come to your card. I think I might have passed it. I think I might have passed it myself. Let's go. Hey,
It's there.
I found it. You thought I was going to find it then, didn't you? We don't get paid if we don't find it. Now, this invisible mark on the back tells me that this is your card. Do you remember what your card was? Was it the Ace of Hearts? Sorry, it's your card, isn't it? I beg your pardon. This is your signature.
That's right.
And that's the one there. Now, there it is. People will ask how I managed to spot this so quickly, because these cards don't appear to be marked very much today. But I'll show you the view from my side, you see. I like to make things easy for myself. This is the cards here, so I make it easy for myself. I'm making this one a different colour than all the others. Isn't that amazing? Now, being a man of generous disposition, I'm going to sign my name on this card. You may keep this, and one day you can see you sat very close to a star, only not tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do another one. Now then, you can shuffle for me. No, just choose any card you like. Just take a card, take one out, just take it, that's it. Show it around to everybody. You all seen it?
No. Yes.
Look at it. Shuffle it. Done it? Good. Put it back on there for me. Let me see. Put it back on top of there. Now, would you recognise your card if you saw it again? You might not see this card again. It might be impossible for me to find this card, but hopefully I'm going to try and do the impossible. I'm going to try and make your card come to the top of this deck. You'll be very impressed if I can do that, wouldn't you? Oh, so would I. You feel it going? Here it is. The Ace of Hearts. This is your card. Good stuff. You don't see Paul Daniels doing stuff like this, you
No,
know?
it's not my card.
Wrong.
What?
It's not my card.
This is not your card. Another miracle. Not only have we found your card, we've changed it to the Ace of Hearts. You're not impressed?
No.
Take the Ace of Hearts and push it in the deck wherever you think your card might be, but don't leave go of it. Just stick it into the deck wherever you think your card might be. Push it right in. That's it. Push it right inside. Just where you think. Hold. Don't leave go. Watch the lips. You stuck it next to 2 cards. There they are over there. This is not your one?
No.
This is the one. Hey!
No, it's not my card.
What?
They're not my cards.
Must be that one then.
These are my cards.
I can't find it, got to hold it all the time, can I? Dear, dear, dear. Right. There we go. Right. I'll show you something else you won't like then. Now, this is always you start with. This is a very small trick with a very small pack of cards. Would you choose one for me? And just suit yourself on it, Mum. Would you choose one? And just, she's not interested either. Doesn't make any difference at all, they're all the same. Every single card here is the 4 of diamonds. In fact, we've got quite a few of them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? This trick's cost me a fortune. I've got at home 52 packs of cards, all with a 4 of diamonds missing. My wife's going, man, they're no good to you, know. Not at all. You can't play solo with patience with one of these missing, it will not come out. You go mad trying. Every time we open the cupboard door in the bedroom, out they come. Hundreds of boxes of 4 of diamonds. Now, we've got a fantastic competition here today. The first person to tell me the colour of the backs. See? And to give you clues, there's them over here. Oh, I shouldn't have showed that bit. You gave it away, haven't I?
Blue.
Pardon? No, you're right.
Red.
No, you're absolutely right, but there was a time limit, and you was outside of it. You have just missed tonight's star prize. It's a week's holiday at Canby Island Council Municipal Holiday Camp.
Oh
Woo!
no.
Hey! You've also missed the second prize, 2 weeks holiday.
Oh.
Mind you, we are very generous here. We've decided to give you a special consolation prize, free drinks on the house. Here it is. Here's the free drinks for you. Little tea bag, share it with all your friends. Okay. But you were right, they were in fact.
Oh great.
Oh dear, it's all burst. Let's put that over there again. What a mess. Oh, never mind.
Sorry
Had to make
about
the tablecloth grow. They were in fact all red, except this one. And this one here has been giving me all sorts of problems. This is only blue in the deck, because very strange colours. If you rub this one underneath the back of that one like that, it makes this one turn blue over here. Then it is to make this one turn blue. It's a very, very strange thing to this one as well. Just makes it turn blue. Remarkable. Sometimes just wave the card this way, and sometimes that way, it still turns blue. Please note, no physical violence takes place during the course of this trick, but it still turns blue. Sometimes I get people to blow. Would you blow in there for me? Not spitting, you make it go blue. You are probably wondering how this trick works. Well, you're in luck, because once a year we can tell you this. One day in the year, and today is the day. And if you believe that, you will surely believe the weather report. It really is a question of rubbing the backs together. See? Just lick your finger and rub the backs together. Just keep rubbing the backs like this. Just keep rubbing the backs. And that will just keep, and then, have you spotted a deliberate mistake here?
It's not going.
That's one of the deliberate mistakes, but we're not rubbing the backs together. You spotted, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't want to tell me? I know.
No, I
Kindness to
wasn't.
dumb animals do not worry you. I can take it.
I was going to tell
It's
you.
a question of rubbing the backs together. We were rubbing the front and the
I
back. Here.
was.
Was you? Well,
Yeah, I was.
it's when you rub the backs together, the magic takes place right in front of your very eyes. It just changes colour, just like that. You see it go? So it is. It's as simple as separating the yolks of an egg from the white of an egg. It just changes colour. Now this does leave us with 3 cards and 3 cards only. We've got them over here. We've got this, that and the other. We're going to change one. Which one would you like? This, that or the other?
Yeah.
Good girl. I don't normally choose that, but you're really bright. There you go. That one goes there, that one goes there. It doesn't really make any difference which one you choose because they will eventually go blue. This leaves us with this and that. Charlotte, would you like this or that?
That.
Is this one that or is that one this? You want that? Well, that one's this. This one's that.
This.
Okay, it'll rub like that, and it just changes colour. And the last one, we did this one actually in slow motion because it's so difficult. And that one turns blue as well. And do you know what? Spontaneous applause has been known to break out at the competition.
Hey!
Isn't that amazing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 4 diamonds, all with blue backs. Amazing. Right, I'll show you something. Coin magic time. Here we go. 2 coins, 3 coins. This is a silver half a dime. This one is a Mexican centavos. Well, it could be a Los Bravos, I'm never sure which. And this is a Chinese one hung low. You probably recognise this. Okay?
Every day.
This is worth about 90 pence. This one here is worth about 5p. And this poor thing is worth nothing at all. There's a piece missing out of it. You see? Ah. Do you know they keep their chopsticks in here? Did you know that? They do, yeah. Got the holes in them for. Now it's observation time now. We are now going to take one coin away. There it is. I'll just show you that one again. Here's the coin, we take it away, and we place the coin into the pocket. Now all you're going to do is tell me what's left in the hand. Isn't it simple?
2 coins.
Good, be sure. What's simple really is the Chinese one. I do it again, it's more complicated now. This time we take these 2 away, okay? These 2 go into the pocket. All you got to do is tell me what's left in the hand now.
1 coin.
Pardon? Which one? There's this one over here, see? You must watch very carefully, there's 2 in the hand now. You must watch very carefully, alright? This time, we close, I'm getting confused myself now. We close the hand up. We reach inside, we pull the silver coin out, we place it over there. And we close the hand up. What's left over here now?
That Chinese, the one with the hole in the middle, and that bronze one.
No, they're over this side. You're not watching properly because this is the one that you must watch, you see, the silver one. Now, actually, I do cheat because I've got a couple of spare ones. I didn't tell you about this. I am cheating someone. Here's the 2 spare ones. We keep these in the pocket out of the side because I'm going to show you how it's done. All you're going to do, you place these ones into the hand like this, you see? And you close your hand up. And you reach inside and you pull the silver coin out and you place the silver coin in the pocket and you swap it surreptitiously, which means nobody knows, with these 2 over here. You do not tell them about this, you keep these into here. Now, when you can do that part, you're halfway there. Now there's another bit you've got to learn. You've got to learn how to get the silver coin back into this hand over here. See? Now I can't do that bit yet.
Oh.
No. Now when I can, I've really got a good trick, but I can't do it. So you have to make do just find these 2 over here. Hey, I've done it! Amazing. You've got a hold of that one. We've got a hold of that one. Thank you. Now, we've got a new Chancellor. We know the Chancellor of the Exchequer, and he's the guy who does the budget and the taxes, etc. Now, a lot of people think he actually goes through all the tax, the debits and what's the other word? I can't remember it now. Anyway, he goes. That's the word, debits and credits, and he balances the equation out and he comes up with some answers. And a rubbish, isn't it, at all? He's got a very special pack of cards, and he keeps them in here. This is in fact the Chancellor's briefcase. He doesn't keep his briefs in here, don't worry about it. No, no. Just open this up. The Chancellor's briefcase, and what he does keep in fact he gets hungry when he's doing the budget, and he actually keeps his lunch in here. So here's his lunch, or sometimes he's take them short, nice little break there for him. And this is in fact the very latest government pack of cards. As you can see, it's got all the cuts. You know, all the government cuts. Thank you. Actually, I did get this. I was playing the cards in that this Japanese karate expert, and I said, just give the cards a quick cut. You went absolutely round the twist, all the way over the top. Now, would you be kind enough to cut half the cards and place 1 1/2 down there for me? Good. That's your bit. You can go back to sleep again now. Okay. Now, would you give me a number now between 10 and 20? Now.
17.
It's good. She went to the right school. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17.
15, 14, 15, 16.
I think it's at 17. Now, let's make this a bit more random. We had the 2 numbers together, which constitute 17. 1 and 7 make?
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th card. There's a card arrived at on a completely random process over there. This is where you cut to here, and you've arrived at a card by random cut as well. These are the 2 cards. This is my prediction card. Now these 2 cards should match. See? Because if they don't get paid otherwise. You always get paid, so it should match. As you can see, they. Pardon? Good. Another winner. As you can see, the 2 cards match. A very strange thing is about this. Now you chose this card here. It's got a blue back, and this blue back deck over here, you see. And as you can see, there's all the blue cards, but the strange thing is that these don't in fact match any of these cards at all, because you've got anyone that's got a face. And the other strange thing is, that over here, you've got this card from this deck, which matches that one, which matches that one, and of course it matches that one. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to match any of those cards there, because every single one is different. Isn't that remarkable? It always makes you wonder how the taxman does his budget anyway, the Chancellor. Right, let's just put those down the bottom there for the moment. And I'll show you something else you won't like. Now this is in fact the new, the big thing last year, of course, was the Rubik Cube. And this is the Hong Kong rectangle, as you can see. Now would you just place your finger on there for me? No, not on there, on top of there, just hold it up, steady on. Okay. It's that way up actually, I beg your pardon, over there. Now I want you to visualise a board game here with snakes and dragons on it, a bit like snakes and ladders, but they're dragons, tails and serpents really. And the idea is you've got this special counter, this is it over here. This is the counter. This is in fact a wizard's hat, or a wizard's nose, or a carrot cosy, whatever you like, see? Now what I want you to do, this counter is going to be pushed up the dragon's tails and down the snakes in a very special manner, it's going to be done through this hole. And you do it with a special implement. Your finger. Would you stick your finger through that hole there? That's it. Now, what I want you to do is to use this little hole at the top as a sort of a sight. See? Can you see that?
Yes.
Then just line the top of that up with that. Can you see the top of it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can I lift it up?
No, you just tilt it so you can. There you go. Just like that. Yeah? Got it? You see it now, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah? Now, when you lift your right arm up in the air, now we're going to bring it down and grab hold of your left ear, your right ear. Start to turn it. Yeah? Is it going? When you get to radio 1, stop. There's a good record I want to hear. Alright? She's doing it as well. They all do this, you know. Actually, this is a... I didn't tell you about this bit, did I? This is what you get when you pass go. Some games you get £200. This game you get one of these. Yeah? That goes into there like that. Have a look at that, by the way. Give it a good tug. No accidents. Make sure it doesn't bend or anything like that. Okay? Want a good clean cut. That's it. Now, this is the bit you should be looking at. Take your finger out there for a moment. I'm going to jump inside there and walk around. Alright? You're walking around inside there. See that red spot underneath? Don't worry about that. You look inside there as well, would you? Okay, see that red spot inside there? Good. I'll show you how this thing works. This is an absolute triumph of Chinese engineering. Notice the smoothness, the way it goes. Absolutely frictionless. This is absolutely frictionless. Look at that. There's going to be some friction in a minute, I can tell you. If you want to see your face, it's got as white as a sheet. You insured? I'll remove that. Thank goodness for that. Stick your finger in there. I'm going to grip your thumb on the side. Take the strain. Alright? Normally give people a leather strap at this point. Just tilt that so when the blood squirts, don't mess the jacket up. Alright? You feel that on there?
Yes,
you feel that on there?
Yes.
Right. Now I've got something else you can catch that in. Here it is. You've got to toilet. Just catch the...
Joey.
Oh dear. Now, you should have a hot flush at this point, don't worry. Let's get it out of the way. Right, now, this is the point now, but this is a proper Chinese trick, so we've got to get into the ethnic equipment for this. And I've got here this special ethnic equipment for this. Here we go then. What's all? I'm not saying I'll swallow the fingers off of it. Come on, off, of course, I'll swallow too. Come on! I can't mess around. You get choked to death. Oh dear. Wait, can you feel this? Here it comes. Now put your hand on top of there. Just rest your hand on top of there. So that I can't do it. Now rest it on the top of there. You do that so that I can't do it. Oh! You're alright. I don't like it, didn't you? Lift this out, hold on to that there. Bring that gently out. Is it underneath?
Yes.
Good. Put it underneath, take your finger out. Straight underneath your armpit. You'll be right about 2 weeks. Dear. What else can we show you?
Not that screen, it's firing the screen.
Here's a little something. Do you know it's my birthday today?
No.
Everybody sing happy birthday? Happy birthday. Shut up. When I come down on the mat this morning, I had all these cars on the mat. Yeah, loads of them. Do you get as many cars out for your birthday? All the cars on the mat. And actually I also got one of these as well. It's a diary. It's a bit late in the year for a diary, but this is your actual genuine 1983 diary. Would you hold that for me? Would you open it up and just have a look inside? You see there's lots of numbers and things written inside there. You see this?
Yes.
I'll just show you something there, for instance. That would say 5D, the 5 of diamonds, you see? Or 10S, the 10 of spades. Simple, isn't it? So there's lots of cards written on every page in there. There's some strange similarities between this pack of cards and a diary. A lot of people do not know this, that although there are 365 days in a year, there are also 365 spots in a pack of cards. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Yeah. There are 52 cards in a pack. There are 52 weeks in a year. There are 4 seasons in a year.
Yeah,
4 suits in a pack of cards. It's good, isn't it? Diaries made of paper. So are these. Right.
Where would it end?
It is my birthday today, as you know. You're going to wish me happy birthday in a very special manner. Now just touch any kind of art as we go through it, any one you like. Okay? Which one do you want to touch? This one? You happy with this? Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Happy with that card? So the one we're going to put to the top. Would you be very interested to know what this card is over here?
Yes.
I'll show you. This is in fact the Jack of Clubs. This is the card that you've chosen. For me, it's a birthday card. Now would you look up today's date? Today's date is the 7th, which is my birthday. It's 7th of September, 1983. Look up the name of the card written on the 7th of September, 1983.
Yes.
What does it say?
Jack of Clubs.
Jack of Clubs. She really did wish me happy birthday after all, didn't she? Right, now, it's your birthday. Is it your birthday? I don't know when your birthday is, Don. I've never met you before, have I? Well, I have really, but we'll pretend we haven't. So, I'm going to try and wish you happy birthday in a special. Just take the diary, look up in the diary your birth date, and there should be a card mentioned on your birthday. You read out what it actually says. The card, what is your birthday? It's on,
Or two.
sorry?
Two hearts.
Two of hearts. Two of hearts. Let's look at the two of hearts. Now, the very strange thing is the two of hearts actually place itself next door to the card which represents my birthday. So not only has this young lady over here wished me happy birthday, you have done the same thing as well by putting your birthday card next to mine. But being a man of generous disposition, I've made you a very special present yourself. I've given you the only one with a red bag. Right, let's put that over the one. Can you go down there? There. Have a look at this. You know what this is?
Shoelace.
Pardon? What's this? One of my old tyres when I was a rocker. Have a look at that. That's enough? You have a look at that. Make sure there's no holes in it. Okay? Excuse me. Now, this is in fact a trick with a ring and a piece of string, but we haven't got the ring unfortunately, which is rather strange, rather pretty. I'll just have to do it with a string. First of all, you find the centre of the piece of string and you rest it down. Is that the centre? That's the centre, isn't it? Is this the centre? This must be the centre here, surely. Okay? That's about the centre anyway. There it is, the centre of the piece of string. I was pretty bad at this trick with a ring and a piece of string. It's really good, isn't it? This is a trick with a ring and a piece of string. If I could find it. I found it. There it is. Trick with a ring, piece of string. Give a piece of string to a magician and a ring, and he'll straight away thread it onto it. Well, anybody would read it, I suppose. You know, in that fashion there. There it is. The ring on the string. If he was a real magician, you would do it in a very special way. You would simply hold the ring in your hand, you close your hand into a fist, you find the centre of the string, which we had difficulty finding before, we found it straight away this time, make a loop and you thread the ring, the string, straight into the ring. You push it right inside like that, and you just hold it up like that, and you have to give a couple of yanks on the top. Ronald Reagan, Nancy Reagan. They're the only two yanks that I know. The ring comes on the string. See? Remarkable, isn't it? There's no holes in this ring, by the way, only the great and the big one in the middle. Now, once having got the ring on the string, the next hard part is to get the ring off the string. So you simply fold your hand around like this, you just drop the piece of string down like that and turn it like that. You've got to give a small jerk on the bottom. Dudley Moore. He's the smallest jerk I know. Hey! And the ring comes off the string. If you really were a real magician, you simply thread the string onto the ring like this. Thread it right on like that. I want you to make it absolutely certain that this is absolutely on here. Alright? Okay? Just thread it onto there like that. Just have a look at that for me, will you? Everything still on there?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yes.
Alright? Just have a look at. Hold your hand out for me. Put your hand very tightly around there. Now, you should have had your hand the other way up actually for this. Now, I'm going to give a couple of big jerks on the bottom there. Is it definitely on there? Nice and tight, yeah? No? So you give me these two pieces here. Turn your hand over that way. When I say open your hand, you open your hand. Open your hand, you've got the ring, I've got the piece of string. Okay? Just get rid of that. Get rid of the ring. Once that. You've got it. Right. Another one. Oh, I wonder if you've got the 4 queens in this pack, because there's a possibility they may have been used for another trick. Let's have a look. There's 1, 2. I don't think they're going to be here. We'll have to use 10 ones. There's the 3rd one there. Is the 4 there?
No.
There's only 3. What are we missing? We have to use the King of Hearts instead, because we've destroyed 1. Use the King of Hearts instead. There it is. King of Hearts. That's the Queen of Hearts, by the way. Right? Just remember that. Queen of Hearts. Now, me and you have got this mind reading thing going here, and one of these is your favourite queen in the deck. Now, before you tell me what it is, I'm going to show you a little small envelope. There it is here. 1 envelope. Alright? Now, inside here, there's 4 queens from another pack. Different colour, and one of them is reversed. Because we've got this mind reading thing going, I'm hoping it's going to be yours. What is your favourite queen out of those? Remember, this is supposed to be the Queen of Hearts, so we haven't got a Queen of Hearts. Which is the favourite one? Sorry? I think it was you out of them I really been going with. Queen. It's embarrassing, isn't it? The Queen of Clubs. This could have been embarrassing, really. As you can see, there's only one card reversed in this 4. It's the Queen of Clubs. It was a bit of luck, wasn't it? This could have gone terribly, terribly wrong. Do you know that? You know what would happen if I'd have chosen you by mistake? You wouldn't have chosen the Queen of Clubs, would you? What would you have chosen?
Queen of Hearts.
You would have chosen the Queen of Hearts, in this case, you're represented by the King. Now, it could have been embarrassing, then, couldn't it? Now, when things go wrong in tricks, magicians can call upon all sorts of things. They have to use what's known as a get-out. And what a get-out means is they can get out of it, quite simply. And they get out of it in a very special manner. They use a special automatic conjurer. The pilots can get out as well. If a thing goes wrong on a plane, they use a parachute. See? They get out, leave you to them, and they don't really care, do they? They're gone. This is the automatic pilot, the automatic conjurer that magicians use. There he is. He's called George. Alright? This is George. Say hello, George.
Hello, George.
Daft, isn't it? Please note this is nothing considered up George's sleeve, up his trouser leg, or any way about his person. Okay? Which does pose the question, how do you know George is a woman? A man. It could be a woman, I suppose. I don't know. Someone told me once that a woman has got no backbone. I don't know whether that's right, but it appears to have got one there. Believe that or not, someone actually said that to me in the pub. Now, actually, George works best in the dark, actually. Now, at this point, I should get you to shut your eyes. So that would be cheating, wouldn't it? So I was going to get George to get inside this envelope. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to use a piece of Magician's Dart, which we happen to have down here. This is, in fact, the official piece of Magician's Dart. The fact that it's purple, then I don't worry you. Okay? I'll show you properly. There it is, the official piece of Magician's Dart. What we do, we place George into the centre like that. Oh, sorry, the envelope. George is on top. There he is. We fold this one over to there, this one over to there, and the George is in totally automatic. This one over to there. Turn it around like that. Now George is now going to move about under the handkerchief. And take that envelope, get inside the envelope and turn it over. Alright? Turn the card over. Queen of Clubs. Down. This one up. There we go then. Oh, excuse me. Here we go, George. Go on, Muscle. Off you go. Yeah. Come on. Stop messing about. Oh! I just remembered it. George is automatic. We forgot to you've got to be wound up. Sorry about this. I've got the key down here somewhere, so I can find it. Here we go. Here's the key. Give our George a wind up. That's better. Give him a wind. It's fun. Fold him over again. Choke it to death. Would you rest your finger on there? Just very gently on the end there. That's it. You got it. And then George should do his stuff now. Off you go, George. Start moving about. Come on. Don't mess about. Hey. He's doing it. Hey. There you go. Steady on, George. What are you up to? There you go. Hey. Did. Why don't you get down? Stop messing about. Let's put the dark away first. George is hopefully he's done his stuff now. He looks really tired after all that effort. Let's put that away. Okay, that goes in the pocket. What was the card that you?
The Queen of Hearts.
That's a Queen of Hearts, represented by the King. So there was the Queen of Cups face up before. As you can see, the only card face up with this little pack here, little pack. The Queen of Hearts. Thank you, George.
Well done, George.
Now, one last thing before we go. This is the symbol of the magician, the rabbit. I'm not going to use the rabbit. I've got something in my pocket which is actually smaller than a rabbit. What do you think it might be? Smaller than a rabbit.
Rat.
But don't say that in front of the life out of him. He's a rat called Roger who thinks he's a rabbit. Now, I'll take years of practice and training to get Roger right for this today, and we don't want no problems because I cannot be responsible for his actions. All right?
Yeah.
Come on, get help.
Oh.
Come on, Roger. Here he comes. Now, take her easy. Here we go. Come on, Roger. Here we go. Hey. Here we come. Hey. Hey. Wait, will you come? Will you come? Wait. Will you come? Wait, come here. Hey. Hey! Haha! Come here, something over you. Sorry about it, he's totally over here. Will you stop it? He's totally out of control. Will you keep still? He's totally out of control, Roger. Hey. Look, he's all keep a little straight. Hey! Will you stop it? I'm sorry, he's out of control. Come in, stop it. Will you go here? I'm gonna have to hypnotise Roger now. Now keep still, Shay. Will you keep still? Come in over you. Hey, stop it! Hypnotising the rat. Can you stop here? Hypnotising the rat. This has taken years of practice and self-denial to get this rat hypnotised in. He's going under. Here he goes. He's going under. Got him! That is a hypnotising rat. Believe you me, they give you no problem after that. Thank you very much indeed. Right, off you go.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to see through my tricks, you will have to have the Ivan Eagle. Watch very, very carefully. I'm going to show you the 12 card trick, the great 12 card trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 playing cards. Just 12 playing cards like that. Look, I count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1 is 12. Now what I'm going to do is with these cards is to pass them up my sleeve across the waistcoat and into a married man's pocket here, which I'll take a married man's pocket, little string. That's all I've got in my pocket is a bit of string. There you are, empty as the streets of Aberdeen on a flag day. Right? Fair enough? Now, I'll put the pocket back and I'm going to pass these cards up the sleeve, across the waistcoat, into this pocket without anybody seeing how they're done, you see. Watch very, very carefully. I'll snap my fingers like that and I produce one card. 1, I'll go through this one, 2, snap again, pass, 3, 1, 2, 3, another one, going, 4, and if I snap twice, that makes a trick twice as snappy and sends 2 cards, which is 6 cards, you see. 1, 2. So I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and of course an empty pocket. See, nothing in the pocket, you see. I don't know how, when I've done that, but there you are, there's another one there, you see, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3 cards. See? Nothing at all in the pocket. Now, sir, I have 3 cards left, sir. Would you like to call out 1 or 2 cards out of the 3? What would you like, 2 or 1?
2.
2. They've already gone, so I just snap the fingers like that. 1, 2, that leaves me 1 in the hand, you see. This one in the hand, my hand is rather large. This is what they call the rising card trick. That's very, very carefully. Just push it in the hand like that and rise, right. Oh, that's gone in here. That's risen right through my pocket. And that is how the cards come from, to my pocket. Right. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to show you, I'm going to have a ripping time. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this newspaper here. I want you to remember any article on a newspaper, any article. And I will tear it in half, just like this, and put the 2 pieces together. 1, 2. Hold it in half. Hold it in a quarter, like this. And of course you've got to be very, very careful like this. Tear down the centre of the paper. Like that would be, so that we have a number of pieces of paper and hold it up once more. Once more. Tear it down the centre. I have the pieces of paper. And now if I open the paper like this, you'll find out that the pieces of paper have once more come back in their usual form. Turn that way, turn that way. And there you have the sheet of newspaper. And that will do for my next batch. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the hand's quicker than the eye. Sometimes it blackens the eye because it's so quick. And if I toss a ball up in the air like that, it comes down there, just like that. But you don't see much of a difference here. But if I stick that ball there, and I go like that, I then have two billiard balls. 1, 2. 1, 2 billiard balls. Just like that. I put that one there, and that one in between that finger, and I go like that, we have 3 billiard balls. 3 billiard balls. And if I'm lucky, if I'm very, very lucky, I can change the colour of that billiard ball as I throw it up, you see. And reach out there and get the other one. And there we have 4 billiard balls. I thank you. And now we will show you how to produce a fans of cards. Just produce a fans of cards, just like that. Just like that, you see. Just reach up in the air here and get the fans of cards. And I'll take the fan of cards and I'll pass the cards from one hand to the other hand. And quite. Some people do it one way and some people do it the other way, but I do it, this is the way that I do it. I show the hand empty. I used to do this on the stage with a top hat and a silk coat. I had a marvellous silk hat I had. Now, you just drop the cards like that. You reach up, you get a handful of cards. These are a bit stiff, but I think we can do it like that. You see, I have to watch the cards sometimes, like that, you see. And of course, some people say it's up his sleeve. Well, then they go, oh. Yeah. Thank you for the loan of the...
Started? Okay, gents. I'm going to ask you all a question. Do you know what a kamikaze pilot is? What a kamikaze is? Most people think it's a Japanese toilet, and it's not. Kamikaze was a man who gave his life for his country, and this is a sign of that. Suicide. Now, you have to imagine that this pack of cards here is the American task force approaching through the Philippines to Japan. This is Japan. The Emperor's getting worried, he's chewing his nails because they grow them long in Japan, don't they? And he thinks, what am I going to do, what am I going to do? And then he has a great idea. So he calls in all his pilots and he says, listen lads, I've got a great idea, but before I tell you this idea of mine, you're all going to have 2 weeks off doing what you like, who you like, where you like. In my hunting lodge up in the mountains, all paid for by me. So they all went away, played Yahtzee, Kung Fu, ping pong, jiu-jitsu. Of course you have to be able to speak the language to do this trick, by the way. And they all came back after 2 weeks having a great time. He said, right, this is my great idea, we've taken your planes and taken the engines out and filled them with bombs. And you're going to fly those planes over to the American task force and crash them into the planes. And the pilot said, that's a great idea. He said, I told you, didn't I? So they said, wait a minute, if they haven't got any engines in, what have you done with the engines? He said, we put them in Toyotas for after the war. He said, how are we going to get them to the planes and to the ships? So he said, well, our scientists have invented this, a great idea. How does it work, they said. Willpower, he said. All you have to do is sit in the cockpit. You'll get a bigger one than this, of course, and raise your right foot up. Can you see my right foot just there? There it is. And you stroke like that, and you take off. And when you go over to the American ships, you stop stroking, the engine will stop, and you will crash onto the ships, and we will win the war. Well, we will, you won't. Because we'll be here and you'll be there, dead. So they all said, well, I'm not having that. He said, well, if you don't go, you go to Hiroshima. So they went. So there they were. I'll give you an idea what it looked like on that day. There was a nip in the air. Just get my glasses on. Ah, so. And the teeth in. Oh. So they're all sitting there with their right foot up, stroking it down. See? Now one of them, who's going, what? I can't talk with them. I think the dogs had them in. I can't see a thing with those on. One of them, whose name was Chow Ming, was sitting there with his rifle up and he thought, this is my last day on earth. My legs are half ache. So he thought, what happens if he changed legs? Why not? They changed legs. And the fella stopped and he turned around and went the other way. And they never saw him again. And he went down in Japanese history, known as Chicken Chow Ming. And that is the kamikaze pilot. And if you don't get a laugh, you commit Harry Carey with the knife. Thank you. Now, all magicians use livestock. Rabbits, doves, tigers. I've got a tiger, but it won't stay in my box. So I've started using this. There's a couple of performing fleas. So we're not going to be able to do this because we haven't got anybody sitting here. Can we come?
Well, let's have some volunteers up, please. Thank you.
A couple of performing fleas. Would you like to take a seat there?
Thank you.
We've never met before, have we?
We haven't, no.
How do you know it's me then?
I don't.
Right. So, we've got performing fleas and we need that and we need that. This one, oh, and also their agent with his little, I didn't get that out in time, did I? We will find it, have no worry. Their agent, whose name is Sammy, as always. I got this from a performance flea circus that was going to the dogs. So this one here is Fifi. Her husband's name is Leroy. Fifi does the acrobatics. See that? How long we got? How long's the film? So there you are. I've been training, especially for this film, to do a triple toe lutz, which is a triple forward roll with a vertical turn in the centre. So if you watch very carefully, she'll do that. Go on, Fifi, off you go. 1, 2, 3, twist, go down. That's it. Right, wait a minute. I've lost Fifi. Oh, sorry, Clem. There we are. Start again. We'll do that one again. Can you film that one? Look, wait a minute. That's not Fifi. Forget that one. Cut. We'll use, I'll tell you what, we'll use Leroy. Look, Leroy's the, he's the strong man of the act. I couldn't afford his weights because I had to buy his caravan and I've paid him his 25%. And I've fed them and they've gone through 3 dogs this week already. So I've been training him with a box of matches. So if we get Leroy and put him just there like that, you'll notice that he will move the box across my hand. Did you notice that?
I did.
You did?
Good.
Good. He can do it even further, you know, and stronger and twist it round and do what you know. He's Scottish. Scottish descent. He does tossing the caber, of course. The other thing he can do, I've been training him to do this. I don't know whether he's going to do it today for you, but we'll give him a try. He can, yeah, that's it. He stands it up on his thing. And with a little roll on the drums and a fanfare, he opens the box. Most people think this box is rigged, but it's not, as you can see. And usually, when you do it for the lay audience, you usually get spontaneous applause. Do you know anyone who wants to rent the caravan? Cut. Right, we're starting. Okay. Anybody got some 10p's? We need about 10p's.
10p's.
I would use my own money, but people think that it's fake.
4, 5.
You got 5? Okay.
Yes,
That's lovely.
I believe I've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's fine. Would you like to stay there, dear?
Yeah.
You're allowed to look at the...
The trick.
Well, it's not a trick, it's a little leprechaun's helmet.
Oh yeah.
Or a hat. Would you like to have a look at it? You're entitled to inspect it, seeing this is your money. Okay, yes, you can look at it. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Sorry. Okay. Now you've got 5 10p's there, that's 50 pence in this country, so if you want some more money, would you like to cup your hands underneath it, Dick? Just cup your hands underneath. And you have to make a wish. Touching it once is nothing. Touching it twice is nothing. 3 times you have to touch a leprechaun's hat and make a wish. So hold your hands down a little bit, and we're going to make a wish. Here we go. The money's still there. Wish for some more. 1, 2, 3. You wishing for some more?
Yes,
I'm wishing for some more. You've got some more, and there's some more there.
Oh, yes.
All done with that little bit of wood that you're not allowed to see.
Yes, that's very good.
Thank you. Could you leave us 4?
4?
Yeah.
1, 2,
I made a profit.
3, 4.
That's it, lovely. You can put the other one away.
Right.
You've heard of the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes.
This is the Southend-on-Sea
Oh, I see.
triangle.
Oh.
Bermuda Triangle makes things vanish. This only makes things go soft, which is why I keep it up in the top pocket here.
Yeah.
We're going to put it under the table there like that and make part of this table, which is solid everywhere else except for here.
Mm.
So you can't hear that, can you? It's
No,
not soft.
no.
It's all pliable, that is,
Yes.
look, see?
Mm.
So we've got 4 coins, they're your 4 coins, Dick, aren't they? 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4 coins and 4 coins only. Let's... One's floating through the table, look at that. Are you any good at maths, Dick? We
Maths?
started off with 4.
Yes.
If I've got 3 there,
Yes.
how many you got here? 1.
1.
Look at that. Oh, making things jump. 2, Dick?
Yes.
If there's 2 there,
Yes.
stands to reason there's got to be 2 here, is that right? There's 2. Let's try again. And we've got 1 left. And that stands to reason there's got to be 3 here.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
No.
No?
Yes. 3.
I thought you said no. Look, watch it. Let's try. Could you put your hand under the table, Dick? Palm up on top of mine. Got it?
Yeah.
Drop it. Go. Bring your hand out.
Yeah.
You've got it.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah.
How about that?
Hey, that
Right.
was good, wasn't it?
Just to show that this can be done in sight of everybody. Got 1, 2, 3. We only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only need 3. Okay, let's put this. This is again the Shoeburyness or Southend-on-Sea triangle, and just an ordinary. We better show it through the camera so that you can actually see through that. There's nothing else in there. Would you like to check that one, Dick? When I fit this on, is there anything in there?
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all in there. That's it. We've got it on. Okay. So that makes a solid block through there. You can't actually see
No,
through there,
that's
can
right,
you?
yeah.
Right?
Mm.
So if we put 3 in there like that,
3.
right?
Yeah.
There is 3 in there. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Watch. 1, 2, 3. You ready?
Yeah.
1.
1.
Okay?
Yes.
So that means there should be 2 left in there.
2 left in there.
Okay?
Yes.
2 left in there. 1, 2 in there.
That's right.
2. That means there should be 1 left in there, which there is. Ready? And that's the 3 through them. We take this apart. If I can get it apart, that is. There you go. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to get
That's
in?
it.
That's
For a
it.
minute.
Fine.
Tea right now, isn't it? Yeah.
Tried it.
Yeah, well, up there.
I saw him once with it. Yeah. He's got it on the tail. Sounds good.
A tail, it's
No,
tail.
Bloke normally has him. He
It's,
says he hasn't got.
Now, I used to work on a farm in Essex, and I met a fellow by the name of Silas Green, and he used to be a farm labourer, you see, and he wanted to go to London to earn his fame and fortune, and I told him he wouldn't find the streets paved with gold or anything like it. But there you are. He packed up the farm, and he sought his father out, and he said, well, I'd like to go to London, and his father says, well... Now his name was Silas Green, and he used to live in Pumpkinville. When Silas Green of Pumpkinville prepared to leave the farm, his father thought some good advice would do the boy no harm. "My son," said he, "you're going away to that there distant city, and you're going to seek your wealth and fame, to fail would be a pity. Now the city's full of slickers, boy, and crooks and gold brick men, and they'll steal the gold out of your teeth and the ink out of your pen. But Silas, now here's a bit of good advice, boy, and it is always true, that if you can slick the slicker birds, they can't bamboozle you. But Silas in that great big town was seen in evil places. He met with men that played with cards and girls with painted faces. Now some evil men proposed to Si a little gambling game, a simple task of matching cards. Stud poker was its name, and the simple rules were soon explained. And Silas should have been on guard, but recklessly plunged right in, and he bet on every card. Now a crafty gambler dealt these cards, a slippery cuss was he. By crooked dealing he made sure Silas' first card was a 3. Now the next card dealt was poorer still, and it's just clear to you there's one card lower than a 3, and that card is a 2. No quitter, Silas put up more cash, thought he, I'll do and dare, and the next card brightened up his hand, and Silas had a pair of deuces. So Silas bought another card, and Lady Luck was kind, and the next card also was a deuce, and he had 1, 2, 3 of a kind, 1, 2, 3 of a kind. Now the gambler that dealt these cards reached forth to take the cash, but Silas exclaimed in a ringing tone, "Stop, Slicker, don't be rash. We played this game down on the farm, and in some different places, and when I find the Slicker's deal, it is well to have 4 aces." And that is the rate for ace.
Hey!
Oh, right on. There that came out.
That was good. That's just a good routine. That.
Right. Now I'm going to show you a little trick with 4 coins. I'll place one on that corner of the table, one on this corner, one on there, one on there. And 2 playing cards. Now what I'm going to do is to cover these 2 coins. At all times must 2 coins be covered with the cards. You must see visible 2 and invisible 2. Now I'm going to take this coin and place it underneath the tablecloth and pass it underneath that card there. 1, 2. I'll take this one. 1, I'll place it underneath the tablecloth right over there. Diggle, diggle, diggle. And there you are. 3. And this one, walkie, 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 walkie. And there we
Really good.
Now, they call that the 4 musketeers. There was 3 musketeers, wasn't there? But there was 4, wasn't there, later on? And why these coins got ganged up together, these 4 musketeers we call them, you see, they were scared stiff of that big one there, look, see, so they're always all for one and one for all.
Very good.
And where is that one? Here.
We'll just do it.
Just do it. Don't explain it. Don't explain it, just do it.
Now, as you go there, you draw the coin away.
Don't
Right.
tell us.
Did you
tell
see
us. Don't tell us. No. Carry on. Do it.
Right, now, you scoop that one up. Right, of course, you have a bit of practice, it gets a little better. Because you've got to get it right. Because that one's gone miles.
Another way of doing it with only 4 points. Great.
All we got to do is, all we got to do with that one is to draw back. You see? Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Yes. Oh, well, are we on?
Yeah.
Go. I'll show you the first trick I ever saw in a small theatre in Southend, which is no longer there because it's a carport. I saw a magician on stage take a handkerchief and wave it around like this. And then he waved it around like that. And he waved to them over there. And he just pulled the handkerchief through his hand a few times, and then he began to stick it into his hand. I was only 8 at the time, and watched astounded, because as he pulled it into his hand there like that, he started pulling it out the bottom. And a funny thing had happened, because it started to change colour. And he just tucked it in and pulled it out. And just tucked it in and pulled it out. And he kept on doing that until the whole thing was right the way in. And I thought, that's great. I must see how he does that. So I went round to the stage door. And I asked the man on the stage door if I could go and see the magician who was doing that. And it happened to be David Nixon, who is no longer with us, sadly. So he said, yes, that's David Nixon. He's in room 5, he said. So I went and knocked on room 5, and David Nixon said, come in, and I went in. I said, Mr. Dixon, would you show me the trick that you did with the handkerchief on stage just now? He said, certainly. He said, just take a handkerchief like this and you wave to people like this. Since then I've done it all over the place. I did it in Pakistan. There's thousands of them come over here to see it since. And he said, you just wave it around like that. And then just start poking it into your hand. Waving it around once, I almost got engaged to a tag captain. You have to be careful where you do it. And you just keep tucking it in and pulling it out. Tucking it in and pulling it out. Until the whole thing is completely in. And he said, now whatever you do, you mustn't do is show what's in that hand, this one. So I said, oh, all right. So I said, well, can I have a go? He said, certainly. Take the handkerchief. So he gave me the handkerchief and I waved it around like this. And he said, over there as well. And I waved it over there. And he said, over there as well. And I waved it over there. He said, just put it through your hand a few times and then tuck it into your hand. So I said, can I wave it to me, Mum? He said, yes. And I waved to me, Mum. The misdirection's great on that.
When you got a camera
My
in it.
God, look at that cockroach. And then you pull it out like that. Stick it in and pull it out. Stick it in and pull it out, he said. I said, I'm doing that. He said, just keep doing it until you've got the whole thing right the way in and also right the way out, like that. And I said, I know. You mustn't show him what's in this hand. He said, that's right. You're learning very well. I said, I still don't know how it works. He said, well, look, do it again. So I did it again. I waved on that. So I did it again.
Yes.
And I waved it to me, Mum.
Yeah.
And I waved it to the lady over there. And that lady over there. And I pulled it through my hand a few times. And he said, now do it slowly this time, so that you can actually see how it works. So I did that. Pulled that out the bottom end, like that. Tucked it in. He said, now only go halfway, he said, as I was tucking it in and pulling it out. Only go halfway, he said. And he said, I said, only go halfway. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I said. So he said, now, if you want to see how it's done, open your hand. So I opened my hand, and I found that I had a handkerchief that was half and half. And I still don't know how it's done. Explanations on these things, though, do you?
Well, most of you don't need it, do you? But
No. But I mean,
magnet and transfer, yeah, fine.
Well, let's just get the ice together at a couple of bit of time there. 2, 3, 4. 4 aces. Hello. Here we go then. We'll try this. Okay? Hello. Hello. Here we have an ordinary deck of 98 marked playing cards. What I want you to do is just take any card you wish. You don't want that one. I see. Yes, touch that one. Take it out, look at it, remember it, and then shuffle it back into the deck.
Shuffle.
Oh, just put it in the deck anywhere you like. It doesn't matter. As long as it's lost somewhere, we'll just square it up like. Let me shuffle. I'll just give it a quick shuffle like that. You're quite happy that your card is in here. It's lost. It's somewhere around this point here. And we can't know what the name of your card is. Okay. Here we have the 4 aces. Now, the 4 aces actually help me in telling me what card was your card. Did you know that? Did you know what order they were in? Ace of hearts, ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs. Okay? I'm going to put those there. Now, that means that here we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. Okay? I'm going to put 1,000,000 volts into this ace by rubbing it on my shoulder very quickly. And when I do, that activates the ace of spades to turn over. That tells me your card was not a spade, was it? No, if we just give it another little flick, the ace of clubs turns over. It wasn't a club either. If we turn the ace of clubs over and go like that, then a diamond appears. It wasn't a diamond, was it? That means it was a heart, definitely. I'll make the ace of hearts turn over like this. Look, we go like that, and make the ace. Oh, can you blow on it? And make the ace of hearts turn if you blow on it. And the no, what was your card? Not a three of hearts, was it? There it is. While you're here, I'm just going to...
those things.
So don't watch me. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you a little miracle called Manhattan Transfer. Give those a cut, thank you very much. What I want you to do is to cut those cards into 2 approximately equal piles. Well done. Which pile do you want to work with? This pile or that pile? Would you count how many cards are in that pile, please, while you're doing that? I shall talk to the camera and show some sight gags. Here we go. Quick impression. Michael Caine. Another quick impression. Skate Bush. Skate... Good God. Quick impression, an Irish new 50p piece. Quick impression. Swimmer of the year. A shade heavier. Tom Thumb. Quick impression. Doo-doo-doo, tuna fish. Quick impression. Ryan O'Neill. Quick impression. Nora Batty. New Irish pound coin.
That was a fast.
Now, oh, have you counted the cards?
Yes.
Do you know how many are there?
Yes.
Oh, what I want you to do is to add those 2 numbers. Have you got a number between 20 and 30? You have. Add the 2 numbers together. If you're thinking of 21, 2 and 1 is 3. If you're thinking of 27, 2 and 7 is 9. Are you now thinking of a new number that I can't possibly know and you haven't chosen? Yes? You think of a new number. Is this your pile of cards?
Yes.
Just spread the pile of cards face towards you and count down to that number you're now thinking of. So if you're thinking of 4, look at the 4th one, or 5, look at the 5th one. Remember the card at that number. Alright, I won't look.
Yes, done.
Remember the card. Square them up, leave them exactly where it is, put them back on top of the pile. Now somewhere in there is a card that you're thinking of. Just remember that card. Do you know where that card is in there?
No.
Neither do I. I'm going to attempt to spell to that card. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to let you lie as much as you like, anytime you want, and I shall spell one card, or take one card for each letter in the answer you give me, whether it's a lie or the truth, and I'll attempt to get that card. For instance, was it a red or a black card?
Red.
Red, okay, look, R, E, D. What suit was it? Remember, you can lie if you want to.
Diamonds.
Diamonds. D, I, A, M, O, N, D, S. Was it a number or a picture card? Number card. N, U, M, B, E, R. Okay. Have you been telling me the truth all the time?
No.
N, O. What was your card?
King of Hearts.
If this was the King of Hearts, it would be the biggest miracle you've ever seen in your life, wouldn't it? King of Hearts it is. Thank you very much indeed. Bang!
Hey.
Right on.
Sorry, it's just...
Right, now I'm going to show you a very nice card trick. What I want you to do is to tell me when to stop. I'll go like this. Say stop whenever you like. Stop now? Well, we won't use this card because that's a 3 of spades. Yeah, we can see it, can't we? Have a look at that card and show it to the audience. And remember what it is yourself, won't you?
Right.
Just look at the card like that. See, they're all different cards, look. Everyone's different card. They, fair enough?
Yes.
Not really fair. Place a card on the top. Right, now I'm going to cut that card into the centre of the pack like that, see? And what I'm going to do is to shuffle it up, if I can. Shuffle the card up, like that. And I'm going to try and spell the name of your card out, you see? And I'm going to take a card off each time, and your card will turn up on the last letter. So what was your card you picked?
8 clubs.
8?
Yes.
8 of clubs. E-I-G-H-T, 8. O-F-C-L-U-B-S, 8. Oh no, that's the 8 of hearts, isn't it? That won't do at all, will it? And what card is that one? That's a teller. Anyway, I'll spell the name of that card, shall I? I'll spell the name of that card. Right. 8 of hearts. E-I-G-H-T, 8. O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. That's the 8 of spades, isn't it? That won't do, will it? All right, I'll spell that card then. And then your 8 of clubs might turn up, mightn't it? E-I-G-H-T, 8, O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S. Good Lord, that's the 8 of diamonds, isn't it? Would you like to spell the 8 of diamonds, or the 8 of clubs?
8 of clubs yourself.
Yeah. You spell your card yourself. 8 of clubs. E-I-G-H-T-O-F-C-L-U-B. Well, you're a better conjurer than what I am, aren't you? And he turned up.
Very good.
That's quite a nice little number, that one.
Okay, just a little quickie this one. Be over in seconds. If you're not watching carefully, you'll miss it. Are you any good at remembering cards?
Right.
If I show you a card, will you remember what it is? There, look. What is that?
Oh.
Queen of clubs.
Queen of clubs.
Queen of clubs, okay. Put your hand out like that. Now put your thumb on it. That's it, like that. What's your name? Is your name Barry? Are you good at remembering cards? Yeah, well, put your hand there like that. Oops. Put your hand there like that. That's the 3 of hearts. Okay, you can remember that, can't you? I'm going to put that 3 of hearts on your hand like that. All right? Oops, we just flashed it again. Watch. We're gonna make this one move to this one, and this one move to this one if we're lucky. Ready? Go. Have a look. See what you've got. You've got the 3 of hearts. What have you got? You've got the Queen of clubs. Ta-da!
Okay, here we have 2 ordinary full decks of cards. Okay, what we're going to do is a little bit of mind reading, hopefully. Normally I get people to shuffle these up, but to be quicker I'll shuffle them up myself. Okay, we shuffle that there, and we shuffle that, no laughing. Shuffle that there, put it there. Okay, now, which deck do you want to use?
Red.
You want to use the red deck. What I want you to do is this. I want you to just pull a section of the cards from the centre like that. I want you to look at the face card, remember the face card, and put it back on top like that. Okay? Off you go. I'll turn my back while you're doing that. Pull a section from the centre and put it back on top. Have you done that?
No.
Have you done it yet?
Yes.
Put it back on top. Here we go. Now, would you like to remember that card? And would you just like to think of any one of these cards here at all? Doesn't matter which one, you just remember a card. You remember one. Well, I can't know what you're thinking, can I? I'm going to read your mind. Close your eyes. It's gone very dark, hasn't it? Okay. I'm going to look through here from my pack. I'm going to pull your card out of here. Okay, that's your card. Can you take your card out of here? Open your eyes now. Take your card out of there and put it face up in front of the card I think is yours, okay? Take your card from there. The one you're thinking of. That's it. Take it out.
There's not in here.
Yeah. Back here somewhere.
Crack it up,
What one were
Terry.
you thinking of?
5 of diamonds.
5 of diamonds. Let's just spread it open. And we'll get the 5 of diamonds for you. 5 of diamonds is there, yes? Now, you picked a card earlier on under absolutely impossible conditions. We'd like to take your card out.
Not laboratory conditions.
Under laboratory.
Oh, the laboratory
Before you
conditions.
get yours, I'm going to put it down there like that. Would you like to lay it
I've got to
face
show
up
my
there?
card.
Yeah, put it face up there. That's good. Now you just thought of a card, you picked it under impossible conditions. If one of these 2 cards matched, that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? If they both matched, that would be an absolute miracle, would it not? Thank you! Thank you!
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's...
And now, folks, it's explanation time coming up.
Yes,
Okay, off you
we'll
go.
get... Pardon?
Okay, right.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're away.
We're away, fantastic. Well, the last trick, in fact, it can be done with 2 ordinary decks of cards. These happen to be marked cards, but that's got nothing to do with it. I normally work it with ordinary cards because it's much more strong. And if you can actually borrow the cards, obviously it's even better. The way it's done is this. They are 2 ordinary decks shuffled up. You ask one to pick a deck, doesn't matter which deck they pick, but the deck they pick, you pick up and you show them how to do the trick. You say to them, look, I want you to pull some cards from the centre of the deck like that. When you do that, you say to them, and look at this card. Now, as you're looking at that card, you merely pull that back there and remember the top card, because you can sight glimpse the Ace of Hearts. I don't know if you can see that. All you've got to do is pull it back. The Ace of Hearts, can you see that? As you're saying, remember that card, remember the top card, put it back on top. So in the action of showing them what to do, you have now sighted the top card. You give them the deck back, and you turn your head away and they follow the instructions. Now in doing so, they place their card, the 9 of clubs, the one they look at, back next to the ace of hearts. You've remembered that. You take back the deck off the first person, you go to the second person. And you say, just remember any one of these cards, and then you look for the ace of hearts. The next one, the one to the left of it, is the card that the first person chose. So then you remember the 9 of clubs, and you say, remember any one of these. They remember any one of those cards. You immediately say, I'm going to take your card that you are now thinking of out of here, and you take the 9 of clubs out of this pack and lay it face down without anyone seeing. So then they take the card they thought of out, say the 5 of spades, and you're now one ahead. And you say, okay, that's that card there. You go back to the first person, you say, your card was picked under impossible conditions, please take your card out. And as they're looking for the 9 of clubs, you look for the 5 of spades and put it down there. Then they lay the 9 of clubs. Where is it? The 9 of clubs there. Now, at this point, if you were to turn them straight over, they would be mismatched, but the nice subtlety in this particular trick is that you turn them that's the way they were, that you reverse them like that when you turn them over. When you reverse them, they match. That's the explanation of that one. Okay, Manhattan Transfer is in fact Phil Goldstein card trick, or mentalist trick, excellent trick. The way it's done, you use as near to a full deck of cards as you can. Doesn't have to be full, but it helps to be full. If you can, again, borrow the deck, but you get them to shuffle the deck up. And the words are very important here, the phraseology. Please cut the deck into approximately 2 equal piles, and they will do that then. They'll actually struggle to try and get it into 2 equal piles. So you're somewhere between 20 and 30 cards, which is what you're striving for. If you don't say, please cut the deck into approximately 2 equal portions, then you'll get that business and the trick won't work. Anyway, after they've cut the deck into 2 equal portions, you ask them to pick a portion, it doesn't matter which one. You can emphasise that point, and then they count the cards, whichever portion they count. Now, let's for instance take this 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. They've now got 28, you've turned your head while they've been counting, they know they've got 28, you don't. Now you ask them to add the 2 numbers they're thinking of together to get a new random number that hasn't been picked by me or by the person who's doing the trick. That means, let's add the 2 numbers you're thinking of together. 28, 2 and 8 is 10. They're now thinking of a new single digit or a double digit number. To you it doesn't matter what they're thinking of, because you ask them now to turn these cards, the ones they're working with, face towards them and spread back to the number, the card at the number they're thinking of. Here it's 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. There's 7 of diamonds. Let's leave that face up. Obviously they would leave it face down. You say to them, right, put them back on top of the deck and square them. You say, now you're thinking of a card which is somewhere in that deck. Do you know where it is? They will say no. You say, well, in that case, I can't know where it is. Now, in fact, what they've done is they've keyed that card to the exact 19th position down from the top of the deck. So now all you've got to do is to construct some questions to get down to the 19th card by... and the way to do it is in an order. The best way to do it is to ask, first of all, whether it's red or black. Secondly, to ask them what the suit is. Thirdly, to ask them if it's a picture or a number card. And then you finish off to the balance of 19, either with yeses or nos. And you construct the questions to get to the 19th card with yeses or nos, 2 or 3 lettered answers. Emphasise the point that you're going to make it impossible by letting them lie. Obviously it doesn't matter, because all you're interested in is getting to that 19th card. But let's say, could you name a red or a black card?
Black.
Black, B-L-A-C-K. It's best to actually get them to count the cards, and you can stand there with your hand behind your back keeping count with your fingers, if you want to, on how many cards they're doing, how many cards they're counting down. Black's a 5-lettered word. What suit was it? Diamonds, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. That's 3, that's 6, that's 9, that's 12, that's 13. 13, you need 6 now. So was it a... You can ask now, was it a court card? Was it a court card? It wasn't a court card, okay. Well, have you told me the truth all the time?
Yes.
Yes, Y-E-S. And that leaves 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 17. You've got 2 more to go to the card. So you can ask for a yes or no, it doesn't matter. You say, in that case, have you been telling me the truth all the time? Have you been telling me that, have you told me a lie at all?
No.
No, N-O, and then you simply turn over the next card there. If you said yes, then it's on there and you turn it over, which is the last card on the pile here to make the 7 of diamonds. I hope that explanation is clear.
That's Manhattan card.
Manhattan transfer.
The explanation of that tricky one.
What's this is the what's it called, Dick?
Eh?
This is a spelling trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Spelling the 8s.
Spelling the 8. What's the setup then?
Right, it's a set-up trick, see? Right? Are you ready?
Yeah, we're away. We started.
Oh, right.
Hmm.
Now, you've got to, this is chased. See, clubs, hearts, spades and, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds.
Yeah.
They're on the top,
Yeah.
right? So you've got clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds.
Yeah.
Right, now you want to force the 8 of clubs on anybody, so you slip cut force, see? Yeah, I'll take card, right. Now, while they're looking at the card and showing the people the card, you count 10 off the bottom by showing them the card and saying, look, they're all different cards. See, that gives you an opportunity of spreading the cards and counting 10 and slipping them on the top. See? Now their 8, they've looked at their 8 of clubs, and they put it on top of the pack, you see. And then you double undercut it and bring it back, like bring it back to where you started from, like that, you see. Look, see? Yes, you bring it back to where it started from. So that follows the 10 cards.
So you've got 10
So
cards with one on the top, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, 8 clubs with 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now comes your other 8s. Got me?
Mhm.
The other 3 8s. So you cut that 8 back to the top of the pack. Now you start spelling. You ask them what their card was. And they say, 8 of clubs. Well, that's the 8 of clubs on the top, so it can't work out, you see. But it'll work out for the 8 of hearts, you see. 8 of clubs. E-I-G-H-T, 8, O-F, C-L-U-B-S. On the S you turn the card over and say, oh, that's not the 8 of clubs, no. Now, being as you take one away, you've got to add one back, you see. So you sweep them there, and you say, I don't know, that's not your card, is it? And they, see? And you put it back on the top there. So. Right, now, to spell that card, 8 of hearts, E-I-G-H-T, O-F-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. And you turn the 8 of spades up. You say, well, that's funny. Now, you don't add no more. You just sweep them and put them on the top. You say, I spell the 8 of spades. E-I-G-H-T, O-F-S-B-A-D-E-S. And you turn over the 8 of diamonds. You say, oh, well, now that 8 of clubs is on the bottom there, you see. So all you've got to do, as you put them back, is to turn that card over and give them the pack for them to spell their own card. And they spell the 8 of clubs. E-I-G-H-T-O-F-C-L-U-B-S. And of course it's the only one that's turned up inside the pack, you see.
Very good, very good.
And then, well, if you have got it. We never used to use the big coins them days, we just used not these coins. But I find out you get a bit of a laugh with that. You use 2 cards, you see. And you say at all times, must I cover 2 coins? And must leave 2 visible. Now you pick this one up. Bring that over there, say you must always leave 2 visible coins. 2 covered and 2 visible. Now you put your hand underneath the table like that, and you put that straight in the hand, but you go straight forward and pick up the card and draw it back over that coin. They're looking at that coin. they wonder how that's got there. Why you put down that one? You say, I'll show you again. Look, I'll put it underneath the table and you put it in your hand again. And I think myself, although we got all these different kinds of coin tricks about, I still think that that's about the best one there is because you're so used to it.
You can do that with a newspaper.
And
instead,
then, of
can't
course, you just sit here and you palm this big coin, you see, as you pick up the cards and you fan them. And you put them down again, you say, tell them to tell about the Four Musketeers and how they came. I generally say, did you see how those coins got to that corner? And they say, no, we didn't. Well, they're the Four Musketeers, and they're all for one and one for all, because they're scared stiff of that one. And it gives them something more, you see.
Yeah. You can.
I'm going to show you 4 ace trick, the trick of 4 aces. And you run through the pack and throw the aces out like this. 1, don't matter what order they're in, just throw the aces out. 2, have them somewhere near the bottom. And your 4 queens on the top of the pack, you see. So I'll demonstrate it and, right, now you show the 4 aces like that. Upside down on the top of the pack and spread them like that, see? And you say, well, that's the ace of spades. I'll turn it over. That leaves me the ace of clubs, ace of diamonds and ace of hearts, right? And I'll show you again. Just turn it over like that. Now this is what they call cutting the aces into the pack and losing them and finding them again, which is quite simple. Look, I'll cut that ace into the pack and I'll find that ace again by a snap of the pack like that. Look, there's the ace, you see? Look, put it in that corner. I'll try again, look. I'll fetch up another ace, because it's quite simple, nothing in it really. You just knock the cards like that, look, ace, another ace there. That's 2 aces, you see. I'll do it once more. The last ace gives me a little bit of trouble, but this is a 3rd ace. That's quite simple. That's a queen. Oh, there. I told you it gives me a bit of trouble. That's right. There it is. There's queen again. Well, don't know. Would you blow on the Paxton? Thanks very much. I think I've got the aces time. The ace of spades. They come right through the pack, you see. Sometimes, you see, it gets you mixed up a bit. Now, I'll try. The 3rd ace, the 4th ace, is a bit of a bumble. I've got to cut different. I've got to cut like this. Just like this, look. That's how I've got to cut like that. No, that's not it. Is that the one? No, that's not it. Well, I'll throw one out. You throw one out like that. You say, well, now this is the last ace, you see, right, isn't it? That's the last, eh?
It's not queen
No?
diamonds again.
Oh, that's a queen, messing me up again.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to make myself right, so I tap these 4, and these 4 will change into queens. See? And the aces are now upside down in the pack, in the centre of the pack there.
That's it.
Hooray! Right, nation, coming up with the famous salt trick by Don Simpson. I like it.
What you need to start with is a plastic ball. In one end you cut a large hole and in the other end a small hole, so that you can feel it in your pocket, which way up it is. Okay? The next thing you need is 2 different coloured handkerchiefs, and the other one is a half-dyed handkerchief, like this. And to load the ball, the white one's put in, or I use the white one, put in the top pocket. The red one is loaded into the small aperture of the ball and tucked inside, but pushed in, and as you go round, you turn the ball round so that the handkerchief is really twisting round the edge of the ball. If you can get hold of a handkerchief ball, it's better, you can get them off, but they're slightly bigger than this, you can get them off of Paul Diamond if you see him over here from the States sometime. That's tucked in there like that, so that the corner is close to the hole. Okay, then the next one you do, you get hold of the coloured one, the 2 coloured one, and pinch it together in the middle, like so, and twist it. And that is entered into the large aperture with the white end down. So that if you looked at the ball after you'd finished, each end of the ball will have a red handkerchief showing. What I've done is covered the ball that I did, I've covered it with Elastoplast to make it skin coloured if you need it. You shouldn't need it because nobody should ever see it. But it also makes it easier to grip because it is a plastic ball. And I've also written on the side of the ball the way for loading it. I've drawn a diamond shaped handkerchief and cut it in half and put W down the bottom and red up the top if you want that reminding. And then underneath that R, and then over the top of that an arrow pointing through with a W on it. So that means that the first way up it's got to be the large hole on top. So this is in your pocket, like so, and this is in your pocket like so, and the start of the trick is that you look for this handkerchief and you go into this pocket. What you're actually doing in this pocket is fitting the ball onto your third finger, like that. And then when you come out of the pocket, you go straight to this handkerchief and take it like this. Now the ball is still hidden. The ball is there if you can see it, right? That's performer's view. And then you start telling the story of how you saw, if you want your own story, but you can, the story I use is what I heard Billy McComb do, or Minnie McComb. You rub it through your hands like this, and this is actually showing your hands to be empty, right? Because what I'm going to do is turn around and show you what happens now. As I pull this through here, the third finger straightens and puts the ball into this hand, like that. As the handkerchief comes through, you grip the ball, okay? And the ball is the right way up. Your finger has left it in this hand, the right way up. Now you take this and you do all your misdirection if you like. They think this part is the misdirection. The trick has actually been done. So you're waving here, you poke it in, take it from the top of the hand and sling it over the back so they can actually see what's happened, that you're not doing any fiddling, and then pull it out from here. Don't pull it too hard, otherwise you'll pull the whole handkerchief out and you'll end up with two handkerchiefs in your hand and you look with egg on your face because you've done the trick before.
What prune?
You've started. Pull it through and you just keep tucking it in with different fingers, notice, different fingers, and raise them up high and low. And you'll wait until you get to this point here. You want to get hold of the end of the handkerchief in this little finger as it comes through. As you pull it through, you can just about feel when it starts getting thin, then stop. And you put this one in here, and now you actually, what is happening is I'm going to pull the ball out of this hand, like that, take it up there, and then go straight down here and pull the handkerchief out. The ball is now in this hand is empty, and you do the bit about room 5. Subtle way of showing that your hand is empty. You go through the thing again, when you're in the story, you go through the thing again, you load again we'll show you the load again from behind if we can get the right camera view of it. There, the finger straightens, thumb goes round it, grabs the handkerchief as well, pulls the handkerchief through, the ball is in this hand. Now then you use this misdirection bit of waving because you need to turn this ball up the other way so that the small hole is at the thumb. So you wave here like this, and when you turn this way away from everybody you can do what you like with this hand. You could load an elephant into it and they wouldn't see because it's behind the body. Then you come back again and start poking in again. All the time doing your talk on the story, and you pull it out again, and this is the part where he's showing you how to do it. And he's loading the red one in and pulling the white one out. Okay, now, because you haven't loaded the white one properly, you've only just been tucking it in the last time you did it, it's going to come out awkward. It's not going to come out nicely like the first one did. So be careful as you take it out, because it will come out bunched like it is now. So just keep your little finger grip on it, so that it doesn't spring out, because silk springs out, as you know, into your hand. And you're going to do the same thing, different fingers, load in, you're going to grab the white small part of the handkerchief, stick your finger in, down the side of the silk and in between the ball, and I will do it so that you can see it slowly. We'll just try and do a slow motion, and this is what's happening. Okay? Now the ball's in this hand, and again you say, he said, don't forget, don't show them what's in this hand. And again, you've shown them what's in this hand, nothing. So he gives you the handkerchief so that you can do it, and the ball is going to be up the wrong way again, so you've got to turn it again. So you're going through, here's the load, going through, do the wave, turn the ball, come back again.
The last time you turned when you was behind your back, you turned the ball over, did you?
That's
you never
right.
said that.
I did. I said what I'm doing is
You?
turning the ball because it's up the
Oh,
wrong
sure.
way. So what you're doing is actually turning the ball as you wave to the left, right? Come back again, poke in again, and he's saying you're doing it. Here you go again, you're pulling out. This time you're doing it, okay? He's telling you how to do it, so you're doing it. And you poke it in again, with different fingers, don't forget. Keep doing it, different fingers, and keep pulling and pushing and pulling and pushing, as I would say in the patter. Pulling and push, do what you're actually saying, till you get it right in. If you can, don't let the handkerchief go right out of sight until the last one, the last tug, so that you know that the handkerchief is going to come out of here, easy. Because if you don't, you'll be dragging the handkerchief up through your hand like that. Okay? And then you can, if you want, if that does happen, you can take it from the top instead of taking it from the bottom, like I normally do. Show them the hand empty, you just say, I still don't know how it works. And he'll say, well, do it again. So you do it again, and the load is again done as you take it.
You don't
This
turn it
time-
over this time.
No, you've already done it. It stays up. You want that to come out. You're going to poke in the red. It will come out white at the bottom. A little bit hard because this handkerchief hasn't been out yet, don't forget. It's had handkerchiefs packed in on top of it, tightly. And these are 24-inch handkerchiefs that I'm using. Now, what I'm doing here, because it hasn't been loaded properly, we've loaded it fast to do the explanation, you can see the colour is changing already. And you don't want that. So I'm going to put it back again. So as it should come out. This is as it should come out. And in the part of the story where he says, do it slowly, you do it slowly, and he said, only put it in halfway, you carry on as if you haven't heard him say that, although it's you that said it. And he says again, only put it in halfway, and this is where you want what to happen, that you don't want to happen other times. Cover comes in, you pull like this, right? But the cover's to be, turn your hand up and pull that way. He only wanted half of it in, right? So you got half. This is where he said you can open your hand and look and do the point, because this, it helps prove this is empty, which is not. The ball is there, and that's what you can do with it. It won't come off if you've got it on tight enough. You show that like that, spread the handkerchief, turn the hand at the back of the handkerchief and hold the corner. Now, as long as you haven't got any light behind you or a window behind you, nobody's going to see that ball hanging on that finger, and it looks like you're just holding the handkerchief like so. Really, behind there is the ball. Okay, that's it.
Very good. Well done. Well done.